Lenny Montana. Lenny Montana, born Leonardo Passafaro, March 13, 1926, May 12, 1992, was an American actor who played the role of hitman Luca Brasi in The Godfather. Prior to becoming an actor, he had a successful career as a professional wrestler and worked as an enforcer for the Colombo crime family. Early life and early wrestling career. Montana was born in Brooklyn, New York, on March 13, 1926. He was of Italian-American heritage. He was fluent in both English and Italian. His wrestling career began in neighboring New Jersey in 1953. He wrestled under the Zebra Kid gimmick and was billed at the height of 6'6". It wasn't long before Montana found success. Along with Golden Tear, he won the New Jersey Tag Team titles on April 4, 1953. He began to travel, wrestling in the Midwest. He soon won the NWA Central States Heavyweight Championship, defeating Dave Sims on October 1, 1953, in Kansas City. However, he lost the title on December 11, 1953, to Sonny Myers, who had previously held the title 3 times before defeating the Zebra Kid. Montana's final success of the 1950s came in 1956, winning the NWA Texas Tag Team Championship with Gene Kiniski, defeating Ev Freeman and Ray Gunkel on September 18 in Dallas under the alias Len Crosby. He also worked as a bouncer during this time to earn extra money. Later wrestling career. By the late 1950s, Montana was on the road with the carnival circuit as a wrestler. As a popular wrestler on the circuit, Montana met the then-unknown Eddie Sharkey in 1960. The two struck up a friendship. After seeing what Sharkey could do, Montana recommended that he try his hand at professional wrestling. Montana also clued in Sharkey on the then unacknowledged truth about professional wrestling that all the outcomes are predetermined. Later that year, Montana won the NWA Texas World Tag Team titles with Joe Christie under the Len Crosby name. Then with Hardball Haggerty, he won the AWA World Tag Team Championship on October 4, 1960, defeating Stan Kolsky and Tiny Mills Wrestling as Murder Inc. in Minneapolis. In a match against Vern Gagne, Montana suffered a broken leg, forcing Haggerty to choose a new partner. After recovering from his injury, in 1961 Montana began to wrestle in Florida. He came to the Tampa Bay area and began to wrestle under the Zebra Kid alias. At his great size, he would often pin his opponents in under 1 minute. The Zebra Kid had a notable feud with Eddie Graham. Their battles sold out Fort Homer Hester Armory many Tuesday nights in 1961. Things came to a head when Montana defeated Eddie Graham in the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship Georgia Version title match on May 1, 1962. On November 23, 1962, he won the NWA Georgia Southern Tag Team titles with his partner Gypsy Joe, defeating Grizzly Jake Smith and Luke Brown. Montana then went on to form a powerful partnership with Tarzan Tyler, in which they would win 3 titles. First, the NWA International Tag Team titles on April 9, 1963, defeating Ted Evans and Chief Little Eagle, then again winning the NWA International Tag Team titles later in June 1963, defeating Bill Champions Chief Little Eagle and Dick Steinborn. Finally, the duo won the NWA World Tag Team Championship in Georgia. During October 1963, they defeated Carl Von Brunner and Kurt Von Brunner. Montana was due to be Gorilla Monsoon's tag team partner in 1964, but at the last minute Monsoon took on the African Savage as his partner instead. Montana had been interested in acting and was meeting with casting agents in Los Angeles at the same time he was due to team up with Bison. Montana began to wrestle less and less, and went into semi-retirement. However, he appeared in matches up until his acting career took off in the early 1970s. Working for the Colombo crime family, Montana became involved with the Colombo crime family in the late 1960s. Tall and very heavily built, his talents were mostly as an enforcer and an arsonist. He told the cast and crew of The Godfather how he would tie a tampon to the tail of a mouse, dip it in kerosene, light it, and let the mouse run through a building, or he would put a lit candle in front of a cuckoo clock so that when the clock's bird would pop out, the candle would be knocked over and start a fire. Eventually, Montana was jailed at Rikers Island. Upon being released, Montana acted as a bodyguard for many senior members of the Colombo family. Work on The Godfather. The filming of The Godfather faced strong opposition from the Italian-American Civil Rights League, with disputes headed by Joe Colombo and Frank Sinatra threatening its whole production. Producer Al Rudd eventually made a deal with the League and Joe Colombo to cut the word mafia, which was only used once in the script, and the League would back the production of the film. This meant mobsters would be present on the set of The Godfather. In 1971, when Montana was acting as a bodyguard for a senior Colombo family member, he met Francis Ford Coppola and Al Rudd. After being introduced to the 6'6", 320-pound Montana, they quickly cast him for the role of Luca Brasi. When Bette McCourt, Al Rudd's assistant, broke her watch, Montana offered to get her a new one. A week later, Montana returned with a gift from the Boson antique diamond watch. He was picked for the part after the original actor playing the character died of a stroke. This was his first credited film appearance. Montana was very nervous about appearing opposite Brando. Director Coppola incorporated this real-life tension into several scenes, showing Brasi repeatedly practicing and later fumbling his congratulations to Corleone. Montana had little screen time in the film, although his final scene is one of the most suspenseful in the film, but his notable height and physique caught the eye of producers, and he appeared in several movies and television programs after appearing in The Godfather. Film and TV career. One of the first of these roles was the Italian spoof film The Funny Face of the Godfather in 1973. Montana had the role of Saro, and an artist's rendition of Montana appeared in the film's poster. He established himself as an efficient character actor and appeared in Patty in 1976, Fingers 1978 as the pizzeria owner Lucchino, Matilda 1978, They Went That Away and That Away in 1978, The Jerk 1979, Senna 1979, Below the Belt 1980, Defiance 1980, Battle Creek Brawl 1980 alongside Jackie Chan, Evil Speak 1981, All the Marbles 1981, Pandemonium 1982 and Bloodsome 1982. He also acted on television as well as the big screen, appearing in Search 1973, Strike Force 1975, which starred young Richard Gere, Contract on Cherry Street 1977, which featured Frank Sinatra, Kojak 1978, and Magnum P.I. 1982. Montana was usually cast as muscle for hire or an intimidating mobster. Retirement and later life. Montana retired from acting after appearing in the B-movie Blood Song 1982, which he also co-wrote. He died May 12, 1992, of a heart attack in Lindenhurst, New York. He was 66 years old. Montana is portrayed by Lou Ferrigno in the 2022 miniseries The Offer. Filmography. Year title Role Notes 1969 Change of Habit Grosso Uncredited 1972 The Godfather Luca Brasi Enforcer 1973 The Funny Face of the Godfather Sarah 1976 Patty the Racketeer 1978 Fingers Lucchino 1978 Matilda 1 1978 They Went That Away and That Away Brick 1979 Seven The Cafuna 1979 The Jerk Conman 1980 Defiance Wacko 1980 The Big Ball John 1980 Below the Belt 1981 Evil Speak Jake 1981 All the Marbles Jerem, Eddie's Bodyguard 1982 Pandemonium Coach 1982 Bloodsome gave a final film role. Championships and accomplishments. American Wrestling Association. AWA World Tag Team Championship 1 time with Hardball Taggity Central States Wrestling. NWA Central States Heavyweight Championship 1 time Georgia Championship Wrestling. NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship Georgia version 1 time. NWA International Tag Team Championship Georgia version 2 times with Taz and Tyler. NWA Southern Tag Team Championship Georgia version 1 time with Gypsy Joe. NWA World Tag Team Championship Georgia version 1 time with Taz and Tyler Southwest Sports, Inc. NWA Texas Tag Team Championship 1 time with Gene Kiniski. NWA World Tag Team Championship Texas version 1 time with Joe Christie.